I'm here again today at Inner 10. I'm with Jacques, the owner, and we're going to go through some more firearms. You guys said that we were making things up, or we messed the test up, or we didn't do it properly. So we're actually going to run through all the different scenarios and several different firearms from different manufacturers. And this is not to show that there's a significant issue with any of these firearms. This is specifically to show that for that test case, we can reproduce it in basically any striker-fired firearm. So the P320 does have issues. We acknowledge that. We're not being paid by SIG. Are you being paid by SIG?
I'm not being paid by anyone, actually.
I'm not even paying him. So that just goes to show, like, in this case, this is, yes, the P320 has some issues. People have been injured, and the airman, has been reportedly killed by this P320. So we're not taking anything away from that. This is just to show that this issue, this specific thing that's being tested, is not only for the P320. It goes across all of the striker-fired pistols for the most part.
All right, folks, this is Jacques, Inner 10. We are back at it again. We're going to go over all the different firearms you guys recommended in the comments, discussing us trying to replicate the same thing as the 320 did. Fairly confident we're going to be able to get most of these to go off, but we're going to be using shell casings with live primers. Obviously, no projectile, no powder, so there'll be a pop. We've got eyes and ears. Every gun's going to be checked, make sure it's clear. Yeah, stick with us, and we're going to try to make each one of these go off. All right, so here we have the Springfield Echelon. Let's get started, make sure we're clear. I'm going to just check and find the sweet spot on this gun. Figured out the sweet spot here. Let's go ahead and slip a cartridge in. There we go. Obviously with this one, we were able to replicate it. The trigger didn't break all the way to the rear. It was right on that ragged edge. Manipulated the slide. It dropped the striker off the sear, and bang. We would have had a replication as intended. This is the Springfield XDM in 9mm. This one we got to hang up the striker and sear yesterday. We were able to get the striker to fall without the trigger even being manipulated at all. Well, there you go, folks. Trigger is not fully pulled to the rear. Grip safety was engaged. And bang, we've got another victim. All right, we've got another firearm that was recommended. This one is the Springfield Hellcat. We're like right at the edge of the take up on that trigger, but it also fired again as I wiggled the slide. So another victim. So we've got the Taurus G3 Tactical here. Boom, there we go. As expected, another victim. All right, folks, this is the next intended victim, the Walther PDP. Bam. I didn't think this one was going to fail, but looks like we got another victim. Walther PDP. Dun, dun, dun. All right, next one up, we've got the Glock 19C. There you go. That's the Glock 19C. Able to go bang. So I know hundreds of you guys asked or recommended trying to do the Glock, saying it wasn't going to work, it wasn't going to happen. This just goes to show that this is a mechanical device, and if it is manipulated in a certain way, it will do what we want it to do. And we were able to get it to fire. And it just goes to say, 4 rules of firearm safety is a must no matter what. Well, Glock 19C, another victim. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get the MP 2.0 set up. We've got the spent shell casing, live primer. Let's go ahead and get her set up and see if we can get it to go bang. There you go. That is another victim. This one was suggested by several as well. This is the P365. 365, here we go. That one scared me. All right, well, there we go. P365, another victim. SIG P320, the entire reason for the video, debate. So we're going to do a couple different things on this one. First, we're just going to do the take up and see if we can get it to drop the sear and striker engagement. And then we're going to set it up like we did all of the other ones. Just doing some take up on here. There's not a whole lot of take up on these before they go off, so but I can't get this one to go. So like the only way we're going to get it to go is creeping that trigger back just to the ragged edge. All right, now we've got the 320 to go off without the round in the chamber. We're going to put our spent shell casing, live primer. Go ahead and load it up and replicate it again. There we go. P320. Same as all the rest. Everybody's a victim.
All right, Jack. So you were sitting right here at the table. You're doing all these tests. Mm-hmm. So we kind of summed it up. The P320 has other issues. We don't know exactly what it is. It could be tolerances. It could be the way the sear is designed. It could be a lot of different things. But we've shown that a lot of these striker-fired pistols, all of them that we tested today, every single one went off. Mm-hmm. So is there anything that you want to tell people, or is there anything that you were experiencing during this? I saw a few times you were jumping and got surprised. Yeah. So is there anything you want to share with the people?
So realistically, every one of these guns, we were able to figure out exactly the sweet spot to make it go off. I'm pretty sure any striker-fired gun that we've got in our lineup is going to do the same thing. The reason why the 320 is doing what it's doing out in public is really unknown entirely at this point, whether it's metallurgy or you know what. There could be a multitude of things. If it's specifically the same model, the same manufacturer date, we don't know that yet. Otherwise, I'm sure it would have been shared by now. But as far as setting it up to fire in the scenario that we had, every one of them failed. So I really don't say it's specifically the 320.
Now, they failed these tests. Are they still safe to carry?
Oh, absolutely. This was a manipulation of the firearm in order to get it to do that. This was not inducing a failure. This was getting it to drop the sear and striker engagement while pulling the trigger. Inevitably, that's the way the gun's designed to function. So I wouldn't say that this was a failure, nor would I say any of these firearms are unsafe to handle or carry.
All right, and as always, guys, like, subscribe, and share this out, and let's keep digging. Let's find out what's going on specifically with the P320, and if there's any other firearms we need to watch out for. Thanks again, Jack.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.